Go to the state of Iowa. This is in regard to the Senate elections for 2026. So this is the third state on my list of 12 states to focus on for the midterms, especially for the Senate. Most of these states also apply to the governor's elections, but some of them are not there. So um, let me make sure this is the right list right here. We have, yeah, that's governor, this is Senate right here. Okay, so we have one, two, three, four. We have five Democrats running for the Senate there, and then for the Republican side. So incumbent Republican Joni Ernst, she has decided to not run. So I don't know if she has other aspirations or if she's retiring, but hey, doesn't matter to me. We need a Democrat in that spot. And we came real close in 2020 to winning that spot. There was a Democrat by the name of Teresa Greenfield who ran against Joni in 2020, and they were nearly tied. They were essentially tied throughout most of the election. Maybe some of the polls had Joni ahead by like 1 or 2 points. I think there was like one poll either in the middle of the election or close to the end where it showed Teresa being ahead by maybe 1 point, but that was according to only one poll. So, and again, I know people don't trust the polls, especially since 2016, but I still like to look at them to kind of get an idea of where we might be at because sometimes it can be a good indicator, but people have to remember it's just not a guarantee. The only way it'd be guaranteed is if every single person in those posters got out and they voted. And yeah, and then you'd also have to look at the people who are undecided or other and see where they're going, and that helps determine it. So Iowa is what I call an almost swing state. So yes, it is primarily a Republican state, but again, it's a state that I don't even think Obama had won. Of course, Hillary and Biden didn't win it. Harris almost won the state, almost, because Trump had to have been leading Biden in that state by at least 10 points. Probably way more than that. I might be lowballing that number. But the polls in the closing weeks of the 2024 election showed that Trump was only leading Harris by 3 points, a Republican leading a Democrat in Iowa by only 3 points. Now, there was no guarantee that she was going to win it, so I'm not surprised that she didn't. But the fact that it was even that close tells me, okay, we could work on this state. We could work with them. This is not Oklahoma. This is not Alabama or Arkansas. This isn't Mississippi. This isn't Louisiana. So it's not deep, deep red. I would say at this point it's kind of light red, maybe almost purple. But is there a way that Iowa can be a blue state? I'd say eventually. If not by this election cycle, hopefully we keep putting our foot on the gas pedal and put the pedal to the metal, and we can make it probably a light blue state or at least a mid state by 2028. Hopefully it can be blue by 2032, whatever. So we have, okay, so that's probably not going to happen. So we have two Republicans that are running for that seat. We have Jim Carlin, who is a state senator, a former state senator from the third district, and then we have somebody by the name of Ashley Hinson, who is a congresswoman in the second congressional district. Now, it looks like, well, then again, if I didn't know any better, I'd say Ashley probably is in the lead because, or she has the higher chance to become the nominee. So Jim Carlin has some endorsements, but so far he's only got endorsements from Republicans at the state, local level. He's got about five of them. Now, Ashley has an endorsement from Trump. He also has endorsements from Terry Branstad, who is the former. Oh, wait a minute. Yeah, he was Trump's ambassador to China, and he was the governor of that state years ago. Okay. Ashley also has endorsements from U.S. Senators Jim Banks, Katie Britt, Tom Cotton, Tim Scott, John Thune, Shelley Moore, and Dave McCormick. And she also has endorsements from some other big name congressional Republicans like Elise Stefanik, Mike Johnson, Steve Scalise, Zach Nunn, Tom Emmer, all of them. And she was endorsed by the organization Maggie's List, which is basically the Republican version of Emily's List. Emily's List is for the Democrats, Maggie's for the Republicans. Jim raised just over $125,000 and Ashley raised over $3 million. So that tells me right there, she's more likely going to be the nominee. So, um, who are the Democrats? We have Bob Kraus, we have Nathan Sage, Richard Schurzan, Josh Turek or Turek. I want to say it's Turek. Forgive me if I'm mispronouncing that. And we have Zach Walls. Now, what's it looking like between them? So Nathan, Josh, and Zach raised roughly about the same amount of money. They all raised just over $1 million, to the tune of between 1 million and 1.3 million. Now, I haven't officially thrown my support behind any of them yet because again, this is one where I'd have to wait until it gets closer and closer. But there's a way we can win Iowa. And to all those people, I don't know, those people who were voting for Harris in Iowa, I don't know if these are Republicans who turned against Trump. I don't know if these are genuinely independent voters who maybe voted for Obama at least once, maybe voted for Biden once. They voted for Trump at least once or twice in the past. But if you're living in the state of Iowa and you know those people or any of those people, talk to them. If you're a Democrat, talk to them. And if you're watching this video, have them message me, have them reach out to me. I'm doing my best to help. I have 12 states on my list that we have to focus on for the Senate next year. Because if we play the cards right and this goes exactly according to my plan, after the 2026 elections, we could have 53 seats in the Senate, at least 53. Like I said, some states we don't have to work on. The deep South, the deep red, we're not going to win that. Just like Republicans are not going to win California or New York. It's not going to happen. So that's the third state on my list right there. And I want people to really look at that. Even Democrats outside of Iowa, focus on that if you can. The next few states on my list I have to cover are Kansas, Maine, Michigan. And then after that, it's Minnesota, North Carolina, Ohio, South Carolina, Texas, and Virginia. So I do have reasons for why those states are on my list. There's a reason why those states specifically are targeted. So, and by the way, interesting fact, with all the states that I have on my list between this and the governor's races, even if we won all of those states and we hypothetically didn't win New York or California, we'd still have the majority. Like in a presidential election, it would still be well over 270 electoral votes. But so I'm going to get into those states in another video. I need you guys to look at these candidates, go to Wikipedia, and just search, hey, Senate elections 2026. Go to each of the states I listed and look at the candidates there, check their websites, reach out to them, send calls, texts, emails, all that stuff. So, guys, I'm here to help. Let's flip the Senate and let's flip the House and let's flip a lot of governor seats in 2026. The link to my YouTube is in my comment section. Go to my About section, TikTok, Instagram, Twitter, all my other links are there. Stay tuned.